welcome back. So we're going to move on with our exercises here. We're going to focus on the hamstrings. Now we're going to do a standing and a seated version for you today to give you both options. We're going to start standing. Now you notice I have my stability mobility bar here. This is just for stability during that standing portion. If you don't have one of these, again, that's okay. Use a tabletop, use the back of a chair that doesn't have wheels on it. Coffee table, tabletop, whatever you need to, nice stable surface, maybe even something like this. Okay. Now we're going to start off with those feet in underneath the hips. You want those toes facing forward. Now the one key that I like to tell people is that your knees are neighbors, right? When you go into that deeper knee flexion and we're trying to bring that heel towards our hips, one thing our knees tend to do is to want to drive forward on that. So we're going to want to prevent that because it's making it easier. It's disengaging that hamstring on some level. So when we get that position, I like to take that foot, step it slightly back, toes facing the ground here. Always paying attention to our posture, making sure we're engaged and we're in a stable area. Now I'm going to exhale, I'm going to squeeze my hamstring and try to bring that heel to my hip, not letting that left knee drive forward. And then I'm going to inhale lower. Again, so it's an exhale and an inhale lower. Now, here, if you feel like you're a little off balance, you can change the side that you have that stable surface on. That may or may not change the dynamic of that movement for you. Again, the knees stay close to each other. That knee doesn't drive forward, and we're looking to bring the heel to the hip. That's not actually going to get there, and that's okay. Now, for the seated version, I'm going to bring my seat closer to us. For this one, I'm going to step my feet out a little bit farther. So notice that my heel is slightly in front of my knee, and we want that to be there because that's going to help us engage and elongate the contraction of the movement. Okay, so from here, hands can be here. I like to give myself a little grip, honestly, to my seat. And I'm going to think about pushing my foot through the floor. So I'm going to try to create like a divot into the floor. I'm going to exhale, I'm going to pull my heel towards my hips underneath. And gentle inhale, bring it back home. Again, heel comes in front of the knee. Exhale, it's a big drag, and then across. The harder you push into the floor on this, the harder it becomes, the more contraction you get, the more engagement of the muscle you get. Okay? There are your two versions of hamstring.